Hello everyone! Today we are going to go over the installation of a Daytona 249 kit into an A&K M249. Please note that every 249 is slightly different, so remember that this is a loose guide on what we had to do to install it on this 2021 A&K M249. This is what you get in the kit. We have the hop-up unit and barrel adapter. We have the feeding tray adapter, charging handle adapter, air shaft adapter, as well as the hop-up rubber and screws. Here we have the grip line, and finally we have the engine itself. To start, you will need to remove the barrel. Next, you will need to remove the trigger group and lower. The front pin is easy to remove. The rear pin is retained with a small C-clip. To remove the stock, you'll need to unscrew the thumb screw on the pin and then remove that pin. We are going to remove the feed tray screws, and then we are going to remove the main body screws that hold the gearbox in place. Remove the screw that retains the charging handle adapter, and then remove the charging handle. Then we can remove the handguard, and we can remove the gearbox from the receiver itself. Remove the inner barrel assembly from the outer barrel. Next, remove the screw that secures the barrel carrying handle and receiver adapter. We are going to be replacing the receiver adapter with the Daytona one. Remove the hop-up chamber from the collar and attach the collar to the outer barrel in this orientation. The cutout at the top is for adjusting the hop-up. Secure the carrying handle using the screw in this orientation. We are going to disassemble the hop-up unit assembly so that it can be reassembled with the barrel installed. Remove the set screws that hold the hop-up unit to the barrel ring sleeve. Slide the sleeve over the barrel from the muzzle end up and over to the hop-up rubber, and make sure it is oriented correctly with the alignment cutout on the barrel lining up with the C-clip cutout. The steel C-clip is sometimes tight on the barrel, so do not be afraid to tap it in. Replace the hop-up adjustment screw and add some thread locker. Make sure to remove the excess before inserting the barrel and sleeve assembly into the hop-up. Insert the barrel into the hop-up chamber, but be careful not to apply too much pressure so the hop-up rubber is able to retain its shape. Put the hop-up assembly back together and make sure to use thread locker on all of the retaining screws. Onto the unit itself, we will remove the air valve from the rear using the retaining screw. Optionally, you can remove the valve spring for a lighter trigger pull. We are going to be adding an air shaft spacer on the air shaft as well. The air shaft spacer prevents the air shaft from retracting too far back, which can cause feeding issues. It also prevents the air shaft from retracting too far and interfering with the rear receiver pin, which may be in the way depending on the receiver that you have. Reattach the valve assembly and remember to apply thread locker to the screws. Next, we will remove the mounting screws from the side of the kit, and we can drop the kit into the body to check for alignment with the screw holes. On this specific receiver, we had to remove material from this part of the front of the kit to allow it to seat further forward and allow the screw holes to align properly. You will also need to elongate the trigger cutout in the receiver to accommodate the air line coming out of the grip. Remember to deburr the extension as to prevent damage to the air line. You can now insert the kit into the receiver, check screw hole alignment, and then install the screws. Again, remember to use thread locker. Next, we will need to install the feed tray adapter. Use a 6mm mandrel or use our 6mm alignment tool to align the feed hole, and you will see if you will need to modify the alignment holes. For this installation, we need to enlarge the holes to the left side. Afterward, reinstall the screws with thread locker, but ensure that this is done while the mandrel or alignment tool is still inside the feed tray to ensure the alignment is correct. The charging handle adapter will also require slight modification to allow clearance for the attachment screws. For this kit, we needed to elongate the cutout slightly. Attach the screws with thread locker, but do not tighten them all the way until it is installed into the receiver, as the screws secure the assembly to the body. Now we can reinstall the airline. Remember to use thread locker and secure tightly. For the grip, just pop out the pin and remove the plate. Remove the socket screw that retains the grip, but keep the nut. You will replace the screw with the through-hole screw provided in the kit, as that hole is for the airline. Reassemble the gun, install the pins for the trigger group and stock. Remember to use thread locker on every threaded component, as this kit will shake itself apart if you don't do it. On some models, the front of the bolt may impact the belt adapter. You can remove material or simply bend that portion of the belt adapter to clear the bolt. Reinstall the barrel the same way that you removed it. Ensure that the barrel assembly is being pushed tightly against the engine while you're tightening the set screw. Now you can test fire your gun.